there were 947,000 shares that were traded, which translated into a value of 2.2 million Ghana cedis, higher compared to what we saw yesterday, 142,000 shares, 172,000 Ghana cedis. So quite significant, the value of shares that were traded on the market today. In terms of the composite index, it has gone up by 0.18 points, and that means there is a little appreciation for investors on the market today, even though the year-to-date return still hovers in the negative. The market capitalization has thus gone up from 63,991,000,000 Ghana cedis to 63,993,000,000 Ghana cedis, an appreciation of 2 million Ghana cedis. As I indicated, the composite index went up by 0.18 points, returning negative 0.179%. It means if you have invested on the market since the start of the year, your returns are hovering in the negative. For those who have invested in the financial stocks index, there is an appreciation of 0.34 points, and the return is hovering around 0.78%. In that area. For the specifics, the equities that made the move today, the market was carried by SIC, the state insurance company, which appreciated by 1% and sold 15,510 shares, and this was followed by MTN. It also did some 40,845 shares. We've seen 3,120 in Guel, 319 EI, and it follows like that. So, Edward, if you ask me, the market has been moderately exciting today.
All right. Thank you very much for that update from the Ghana Stock Exchange. We'll go for a short break. When we come back, we're going to talk to Mr. Seth Boachidankwa of Mordecai Farms, while he's working as a financial analyst and is interested in fish farming. Hello, welcome back to Market Avenue. Mr. Seth Boachidankwa, you are welcome.
Thank you very much.
Good to have you in the studio.
Same. Thank you very much.
Who is Mr. Seth Boachidankwa?
Okay, so I'm Seth Boachidankwa. Call me Kwame Boachi. I went to Prempeh College in Kumasi, and then went to UST, did mathematics at UST, went to Japan for my master's in finance. And I started working with Mitsubishi UFJ Bank in Japan as an equities analyst from 1988 to 2000. And I became popular in Japan because I was able to predict the 1998 IT and then up, and also oh,
you mean
in the stock market?
The stock market.
Yeah, the bubble.
Wow.
And I also got it right when it was coming down. So that made me very popular in Japan as a black guy from Ghana, where Noguchi Hideo died, who speaks Japanese, who writes Japanese. So from there I joined SCADA. We were acquired by Deutsche Bank. And I moved to Deutsche Asset Management, where I covered the airlines, the shipping, consumer electronics, and other companies in Deutsche Bank. And then they moved me to Deutsche Securities to be head of equity focus in their research department. And as I was working with them, I got a call from Capital Group, which is based in Los Angeles. Yeah, they are managing, probably right now they're managing about $2 trillion.
Wow.
So I joined them, and they wanted me to cover, an experienced analyst to cover the big uglies in Japan. So I covered Hitachi, Sony, the industrial electronics. I covered electronic components. I know what is inside this. I covered petrochemicals. I covered IT services. I covered media. I covered tracking in Japan and also the Asia Pacific region for our domestic mandate and also for the global mandate.
Fine, fantastic. I mean, the CV is voluminous. Great, congrats. But coming back home to Ghana, there are a lot of business opportunities.
Yes.
So why did you decide to go into catfish business?
Okay. So why did I decide to go into catfish business? So first of all, until recently, I was a portfolio manager. I covered our mandates for Africa ex-South Africa from Johannesburg. So I visited a lot of African countries. I came here. I met some companies here. I was also head of research for Mazi Asset Management in Johannesburg. They manage about 45 billion rands in assets. So catfish business is something I had been thinking about when I was in Japan. So I read a lot and watched clips from a guy in Australia called Murray Hallam. I'm sure people know him. So I decided to read about it. And then 2017, 2018, my wife introduced me to somebody in fisheries. His name is Derek Asare Koforidua. Okay. So we started talking, and then he told me about what was going on. And then I saw this. This is the Ghana government, Ministry of Fisheries and Aquaculture Development, Sector Medium-Term Development Plan 2014-2016. Yeah. So when I saw this, I thought, okay, so the time is right for me to go. I'm no more going to manage to create wealth for other people. I need to create wealth for myself. Okay. So I'm coming in as an investor, as a portfolio manager. I want to make money. Mm-hmm. This is not a philanthropy. Mm-hmm. So I want to make money. I want people working with me also to make money and lead a better life. Okay. So that was the trigger. I saw this government plan. I thought, okay, the government of Ghana backs this, so I can go in and do it. So in August 2021, I decided to take this on full time. Wow.
You don't regret leaving such a, lucrative job and coming back home to do catfish?
No, not at all. I've been an equities analyst since 1988. Maybe I have a lot of experience, like maybe people in the industry right now. Mm. I'm going to manage my own money. I'm going to manage my own business. And I have partners with me who are also helping me do that. But maybe before we go in, so the title was Recirculating Aquaculture in Ghana. Yes, yes. Okay. So first of all, I wanted to talk about the why, the how, but you
yes, because I want to, like we're talking about. I was asking you. Now we have the outdoor kind of fish, yes, fish farming that we do in Ghana, the ponds and all those things.
Yes.
Yours is mainly you are looking at recirculating aquaculture system.
Okay.
They simply say routes.
Okay. Cool. So
why did you opt for that?
Okay.
Kind of system?
So the reason I went for recirculating aquaculture, I wanted something very efficient, something that will give me higher yield. And just maybe to talk about the recirculation aquaculture system, what I'm trying to do is in recirculation aquaculture system, you need fish tanks. Mm-hmm. So you need fish tanks, you need a solid filter, you need biological filters, and then you need air pumps to pump the water. So our system, what we are doing right now, the fish will be in a tank, and the water is going to change every 30 minutes. or even 1 hour, the water is going to change. They will feel like they are in their normal environment.
Like a river.
Okay. Now, when the water moves, it goes through a solid filter.
Okay.
So the solid filter will remove the poops, excuse me to say, the feces from the catfish. And then it goes through another biological filter, which will deal with bacteria and other things. Any other living bacteria will be killed by ultraviolet light. So the water, which will go back every 30 minutes, is cleaned up.
Okay.
So the fish is always in the clean water. Now, we do have monitoring systems to check the carbon dioxide within the water, the oxygen level in the water. So we also have nano oxygen generators to put into the water so the fish can be in a very good environment. So that is the recirculation aquaculture system. It's complicated, but yes, we've made it simple without sacrificing functionality of the whole system.
This might be out of the reach of the ordinary Ghanaian want to go to such a business, isn't it?
Well, I don't know about that. Okay, this is the path I've chosen.
Okay.
Yeah, people are doing outdoor catfish. Is working for them. I'm not pushing them to do this, but the market is so big. We all have a lot. The pie is so big. There is a market share for everyone to take.
So I would ask, if I do outdoor, the normal way of doing things, and doing this recirculation, what are the advantages in your choice? What if the RAS?
The advantages, the advantage I have over
the other side, or the other one, those ones.
So I will be speculating here, but the advantage I have is I think I have a better system, a very efficient system, a very enabling environment for the fish to grow, and we take biosecurity very seriously.
Okay.
So nobody can walk in and out around where we do our grow out or even in the hatchery. So the system, what we're doing now, we have a hatchery, the grow out, and a processing facility.
Wow.
So the hatchery and the grow out, the fish will come from my hatchery into the grow out. I'm not selling any fingerlings outside. Everything will be captive. Okay. And then after we get our fish, we process it in a facility. We're going to gut the fish. We use the entrails will be used to produce biogas to dry the fish.
You use the entrails to produce biogas?
Yes. So the entrails, we're going to gut the fish and we take out the entrails.
Wow.
We're not going to throw it away. We're going to put it in a system to produce biogas. It will be anaerobic, which means, okay, there's no oxygen there for people to smell. It's going to be disintegrated in an enclosed environment. Maybe the scientists will correct me if I'm wrong. So we use that to produce biogas. That biogas, if we get enough, we will use that biogas to smoke the fish. If we can also sell fresh fish. The reason I went that way was to get more value from the value chain. So I'm an investor, I'm a portfolio manager, so I want more value. So I don't want to sell the raw thing. I want to take more value from the chain. Yeah.
So if a young person watching you want to go into this venture and is trying to figure out how much will it cost, because in my mind I have not come across it, but I've just watched videos. How expensive will it be to put in this sophisticated system?
This is a very tricky question, and okay, I can tell people how much I'm putting in. The money is being borrowed from somewhere, but you don't have to do what I'm doing. If you try to go my way, yes, it will be capital intensive.
Okay.
But I would say on this system, I saw, I think Dr. Shadrach Amponsa or Ampoma at Fumesa USC. Okay. Yeah, I saw a clip of his.
Okay.
So if anyone wants to go, maybe the recirculating aquaculture system, and you don't have money, yeah, contact Dr. Amponsa. I'm sure he can help you out. But with mine, I would say it's capital intensive. A lot of planning went into that, and so I will not sit here and say, oh, you can just jump in and do it.
So in terms of the output production,
okay,
if you have one tank, I don't know how you call it.
Okay.
How many months or how many days or weeks will it take to produce and the volume?
Unfortunately, we can't. Okay, so I don't know if they can get it. So if I send this to you. So what we have here is we have about 32 tanks here.
32 tanks.
32 tanks here.
Okay.
So every tank. Each tank, so capacity-wise, we think we can produce maybe 25 tons of fish per month.
Wow.
That is 1 kilogram. If it's 1 kilogram, it's 25,000. But if we're not going to wait for the fish to go to 1 kilogram, we want table size. Therefore, maybe 500 grams, 600 grams, we can produce about maybe 50,000 fish every month.
Every month?
Every month, yes.
Wow.
So the plan is we can produce about maybe 1 ton to 2 tons of fish every other day.
Wow.
So what I want to emphasize here is we want people who like fish to know that we are here to supply them with fish.
Wow.
We don't want them to wait for 3, 4, 5 months.
Ghana consumes 420,000 metric tons annually. Then you do a big job there.
Yeah, it is a big job, but there are a lot of impediments. I'm getting a lot of help from the local government. So the guys in Aquaponics district have super.
Wow.
The Koforidia guys, Dr. Inti Veterinary Services, Mr. Barnes Fisheries, and there's a lady, I think Madam Janet, actually NASA, sorry, I think it's actually NASA. And then there's a lady at the EPA. They've been very helpful. But when it comes to the national level, there's a problem.
What's the problem?
That's the problem. Yeah, I'm facing at the national level. But before we go there, you asked me a question about you like tilapia, but you are very sensitive with the taste.
Tilapia, you know, like if you go out there, the tilapia that is produced in tanks or ponds,
sure,
the taste is always different from one get direct from the rivers.
Yes.
Or the Volta River itself. What you are doing? How are you going to make sure that the taste is the same as what comes out of the natural environment?
Okay. Thank you very much for that question. So I wrote. So what we want to promise Ghana and Ghanaians eat catfish, we're going to give you premium quality catfish. Okay. Why premium quality? It's going to taste. The taste will be good, high quality taste, and it's going to be healthy. The water quality is pristine. So I told you about the solid filters and the biological filters and the UV lights we're using to kill the bacteria. Okay, so you are not going to get that muddy. The fish in the natural environment is in mud.
Okay.
And a lot of bacteria in the mud, so it gets into the fish. So I lived in Japan. I take raw fish. But the Japanese will not eat raw fish from the river.
Oh, wow.
No, they eat raw fish from the sea. No raw fish from the river. Why? Because of those. Okay, that's not about Japan. Okay, so the water changes every 30 minutes. It's cleaned up. Okay. So the fish is in a high quality environment. If there's no oxygen in the tank, we are going to provide some oxygen. So that is one of the promises that we are giving Ghanaians. There will be no earthy taste due to bacteria loading coming from the environment of the fish. So that is the system I'm introducing now.
So that is going to make sure the taste is that like the natural one?
Yes, that is what we're going to do. And before we bring it out, we're going to purge the fish. So purging is like you take it from the tank, you put it in another tank, you leave it there, you don't feed the fish. They just stay in there, and then it's like maybe they are fasting.
When they die?
They won't die, no.
Oh, wow, okay.
So it will be for maybe a day or two.
Okay.
And then that is when we just take it to the market. So when you eat it...
After the fish going through fasting, the taste will become nice.
I fast. I'm a Christian. I fast a lot. And I tell people, this business is going to be based on Christian values.
Wow.
Yes, it's going to be based on Christian values. That has shaped my life, and that is what I'm going to insist on as my business.
What is the difference?
What is the difference?
The values of Christianity in this?
Yeah. Okay, I don't want to preach here. People go to church, and then Monday to Friday, you need to put something below the table for them, but they pray to God. I want us to do. You can read the Bible and see you get what I'm talking about. So those are my principles. I have some values. It's biblically based, and it's my company, my business, and I'm going to insist upon that. You don't like it? Bye-bye.
So if you promise that you're going to do quality, give us quality fish, give us quality fish.
Yes, quality fish, and it's going to be eco-friendly.
Okay.
You see, nothing is thrown out. So we're going to have 3 sources of waste. So the first one is high nutrient water.
Okay.
Okay. The second one will be the fish solid waste.
What you're going to use to
and then the third one will be the guts.
Okay.
Okay. So we are recycling the water. So people might think, okay, if you're recycling the water every 30 minutes, every 1 hour, where does the water go?
Where does the water go? Yes, exactly.
It's the same water cycling. So I'm not bashing anyone. Unlike the tanks where maybe they're going to change the water every 10 days or maybe every month, we are not going to do that because it's being recycled. And when we finally take the water out, we're going to use that wastewater I spoke about to water surrounding areas to grow vegetables.
Okay.
Now this is leading me something that we want to do. It will be bigger than what I'm doing right now. It's aquaponics, where you breed the fish.
Yeah, aquaponics.
The water goes into a floating tank or maybe a media bed. You grow vegetables there. It filters the water. It comes back to the fish. So that is more environment friendly. But what I'm doing now is a pilot. It's a pilot program I'm doing. And the bigger one, I would say, I will need investors. I will need, even if a rich Ghanaians want to partner with me, yes, come on board. I'm looking to see if I can get international investors. I'm thinking about that. But right now, like I told you, I'm going through certain issues at the national level that makes me making me rethink what I'm doing, because I could have put this money into Ghana government treasury bills and made a lot of returns. Because there are some hiccups up there, things I'm not seeing at the local level.
You're witnessing that at the national level?
At the national level.
Why is it so?
I don't know. Okay, so the Ghana government says if you are into agriculture, there are these exemptions that we give you. So you apply, which I applied to the Ministry of Food and Agriculture. I presented my case. They gave me the waivers. It goes through a system. And then it comes to, the letter has to go to the Minister of Finance. Okay, but it goes to the Minister of Finance. Now, but the minister is busy. There are a lot of people working. The Ministry of Finance is so huge. So it's just the GRA, which in my view is very short term. Why? I'm short term, I can explain. It's not an insult, because the finance ministry gives us a big outlook, and they have to collect money. It's the kitty bank for us. So they are short term in the sense that they have annual targets, and they have to meet those targets. So anything they do to meet those targets, they will do. But this is frustrating to me as an investor. I got a letter. So
to be given exemptions in terms of equipment you bring in down, what?
Okay.
Or in terms of your work you're doing now,
the exemptions. They tell me we are not going to allow this. The Ministry of Agriculture says this qualifies, but the person at the DRTD Customs says no. So I'll tell you. I got this letter in January. Yeah, I got this letter in January 10th. I had to wait. 2 containers arrived. I had to wait. I had to plead with them if they were not barging. So I had to pay penalties, pay demurrage.
Wow.
Now I need to do a drawback. The money isn't in capital, and that is the money they collect is big. And then what do? How do I borrow from Ghana? Interest rate just went up, 250 basis points. How do you borrow from a Ghanaian bank to fund your operation? I'm getting financing from outside, interest rates are low. But you get to the national level and then you get stuck. So something that the government should think about, because I don't think it should be left with the GRA to make that decision. There are people at
So does this make agribusiness unattractive?
Yeah, that is my view, because it's like maybe the government is not giving us telling us the truth. MOFA, Ministry of Food and Agriculture, will do the thing. Finance, and the decision will be decided by maybe the tax authorities there. So why not send a query to MOFA? Why ask me? So if you send me the query.
Okay, so as we wrap up, by 2 or 3 years,
okay,
where do you want to see, where do you envisage Mordecai Farms?
Where I want to see Mordecai Farms, I want us to be very big in Ghana. I think if things go as we planned, we're going to get bigger, probably maybe 10 to 20 times bigger than what I'm doing.
Employ how many people?
If Mordecai Farms now can employ 16 to 30 people, and we go 20 to 30 times, you can imagine how many people we are going to employ. And also think about the adjacent.
Where is it located?
It's in Kokomo, Eastern Region. Kokomo. You get to Mamfe, Koforidia Road. Before you get to Kokomo, there is a junction, a Denya Junction. On the right, we are building there.
Great. Mr. Said Kwame Boachidankwa, it's a pleasure talking to you. I think we have a lot to talk about. So
yes, so I want you to come back in 6 months. Maybe in 3 months, we can tell you more about this. The time given is so short. There are a lot of things on that I wanted to talk about.
It's a pleasure talking to you.
Same here, but tthank you very much for inviting me on the studio.
Thank you.
And thank you very much for listening.
Thank you. So this is how we wrap up on this SME narrative for today on Market Avenue. God willing, we'll come here again tomorrow. My name is Edward Nyaku. Shalom. Bye.